You taking a strap? I'm strapped up.
What's happening? What was that about?
Let's make the fight happen. We strapped the fuck up.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 92 of SZN Podcast. As usual, I'm your boy Kam.
I'm your boy Flowz.
And just before we kick off the episode, guys, please make sure you head over to SZN Podcast, which is our Instagram, or SZN Pod, which is our Twitter. There's a link in the bio for both of those sites there. And that takes you to all of our streaming links, whether you prefer to listen to your podcasts audioly, via audio, so Spotify, Apple Podcasts, etc. If you prefer visuals, there's YouTube as well. So yeah, make sure you check us out, like, subscribe, comment, engage with us, guys. But yeah, man, how you been, Flowz? You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, we're here to talk boxing anyway, so yeah, whatever happens in other sports, we'll leave it there. Let's get to
No comment. We're here for boxing only. We'll leave football out of it. All right, cool. Yeah, it's been a good weekend of sport. Boxing as usual delivered. The main talking point in the weekend: Gervonta Davis versus Rolando Romero. Previewed it last week. Both said what? We reckon Tank's gonna get that boy. I think that was a general consensus last week. Tank was gonna, get to him, and Rolly's got no business being in there with Tank, really. I must say, bro, looking at this fight, obviously we know what the preamble, the needle between both of them, a lot of bad blood between both of them. Probably the most animated and the most hyped that we've seen Gervonta. Gervonta's not really a talker like that, but for this one, especially when it came to the final press and the final weigh-in, he was running his mouth, because obviously Rolly he's that type of guy that's gonna chirp, keep talking, letting his mouth do the talking, and he's been doing that for not even obviously. This fight was meant to be last year. Obviously, it didn't happen, but even before that, Rolly is someone that has gone at everyone pretty much in the lightweight division. Anyone from like 135 and above, Rolly's he's had priors with, right? So
to all of them.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that that preamble, it wasn't really obviously something I expected, and I was happy to see Gervonta riled up. But yeah, we both predicted that this should be easy work for Tank. He's been they fed Rolly, used him as a sacrificial lamb, as we to quote last week. I must say, man, this fight, I think Rolly surpassed my expectations, and the fight was a lot more enjoyable than I thought it was going to be. Obviously, I thought it was going to be an enjoyable fight because Tank is very exciting to watch.
Yeah.
But this fight only lasted 6 rounds, and from rounds 1 to 6, it was just a highly engaging affair. And when I say that, I think Rolly surpassed my expectations. I think partly because obviously I think he boxed well, or beyond what I usually seen him. But I think part of that was down to Tank as well. I think Tank kind of let him be better than what he should have been. And yeah, we'll get into that as we sort of break down this fight itself. I'm going to come out and say it, Flowz. I think Rolly probably won the majority of the rounds.
Yeah, I think, that's fair. That's fair to
and
say.
I think that was the consensus for most people, not just fans, but boxing heads as well, and actual pro boxers. They were all saying that Rolly... I saw people saying that Rolly won all 6 rounds prior to the stoppage.
Yeah.
And I think, obviously, leading up to this fight, we would have never thought that, right? I think that's something that we would have deemed impossible, basically.
Yeah.
One of the things we said was Rolly is a poor boxer compared to Tank. He has no business boxing with Tank. He's going to just come and try and steamroll Tank, etc. But from what we've seen from the opening bell, Rolly is someone that obviously you saw the size difference. He's a lot bigger than Tank. Than Tank. And he's awkward in there. He throws shots at awkward angles, awkward feints and whatnot. And I think his size, his strength, and he can bang. He's got pop to his punches. I think his size and his strength and his awkwardness really gave Tank problems in there. And I think also Tank was, as we saw throughout the fight, as the fight progressed as well, it didn't seem like Tank was focused. It wasn't a focused Tank. He was, I remember at the end of the first round, you saw he was giving it to Rolly, shouting at him. He tried to go after him even. The referee had to push him to his corner.
I think that was due to Rolly saying he's going to knock him out in the first round.
Yeah.
He wanted to let him know that,
Bro, he was...
or whoever.
Tank was barking at him in there, but like shout.
And fair play to Rolly, he done all this talking out the ring. He didn't bite.
Yeah, he wasn't biting.
Yeah, he wasn't biting.
I thought he was
focused.
I thought Roddy would be the unfocused one, and Tank would be the one that's the super focused. Yeah, I thought Tank would be razor focused, and Roddy would be the one that's not so focused. But it was kind of the other way around. Roddy was there boxing smartly. We said that Roddy was going to come and rush in and leave himself open to the shots or whatever. I saw Roddy boxing behind the jab. I don't ever see Roddy. Even Roddy's coach has said that he doesn't teach his fighters to fight behind the jab. He teaches his fighters to knock guys out. So when I'm seeing Roddy box behind the jab, I'm just there like, wait, what's going on here? Why does he look so disciplined? This is not part of the script. So yeah, I think Roddy's size and awkwardness and just him just being focused, I guess, kind of gave Tank problems, and Tank wasn't so focused, or he was a bit over aroused, I think, Tank, because obviously it's the guy that he's been wanting to knock out and he's pissed him off, all that kind of stuff. But I wasn't worried at all. Even though Tank was losing rounds to me, throughout, for me, there was no chance of an upset. I didn't think at any moment that, or any juncture of the fight, that, oh no, we might see Tank. And Tank got caught with some big shots, by the way. He got caught with some big shots, and it looked like he was hurt as well by a couple of these shots. I was like, it's nothing. Because Tank was showing me enough in little pockets, the little pockets of counter shots that he was doing, the footwork, the on the back foot, picking his shots and timing Roddy. He was showing me enough, and he was landing big shots. I thought to myself, it's only going to be a matter of time. It's only going to be a matter of time until he gets this guy. I guess, leading through the rounds, Flowz, what were your thoughts towards it? Were you surprised by Rolly's discipline, I guess, and Tank kind of letting him sort of have his way with him a little bit?
So obviously with the first round was very cagey.
Yeah.
We see Rolly trying to establish the jab, take center of the ring, and Tank pretty much on his bike trying to avoid engaging, trying to avoid trading off with him. And that could be due to a number of reasons. Rolly has the size, the reach advantage. Rolly's renowned for his power. So I guess, and maybe because he expected Rolly to come out and bum rush him almost, because he's been talking about a first round knockout, which Rolly didn't do. He came out and worked behind the jab. So he was cautious in the first round, moving. So by default, you'd give it to Rolly because he was establishing the jab. We say Rolly's awkward, and it's down to lack of fundamental skill. That's why he's awkward. If we're keeping it a buck, his footwork is off. The way he throws punches is from weird angles, like you say. And obviously, he came into boxing quite late. It was well documented. He used to be, judo or mixed martial artist or something?
Kickboxing, I think it was.
It was one of the two. So he started boxing when he was 17. So. And he's 26 now or something like that. So not long. But I was impressed with the jab and whatnot, and his approach to it. He looks focused, and I was kind of annoyed by Tank's antics. Like, why are you there? Distracted. There was one round, I think the third round, he saw his mum on the screen and he was saying, "Hey, mama." I was like, "What up?" I was like, "Bro, why are you calling for your mum?"
Or what about the round where he's come back to the corner after a round? And the coach, Calvin, is trying to talk to him. And this guy's he's like talking to someone outside the ring. Apparently it was Teofimo who was talking to you or someone. He was, he wasn't even listening. I thought, what's wrong? What's this guy doing? Yeah.
On that, he said afterwards in his post-fight that he likes to act like he's in the gym.
Yeah.
So he likes to be relaxed and act like he's in the gym, have a good time. Yeah. Otherwise, he gets worked up. So based on that reasoning, fine by me. If it works for you. Like, he's not being distracted because he's a very intelligent fighter, Tank. Very intelligent, and we'll get onto it. And even though, let's say, Rolly was having a lot of success, I gave him like the first 3 rounds, I think, Rolly, and he was landing some big shots. And unlike you, I was slightly concerned for Tank, because I was like, yo, Rolly's been doing more than I expected, and he's trying to set up shots. And he was doing some brilliant stuff there. He'd get in range and he'd feint. And then throw like a left hook. He'd feint with his right, throw a left hook. And I was like, that's awkward, but decent boxing. That's good. It's working. And it was But Tank downloads data, and we've said on this pod before, I think most boxing fans know that Tank isn't just this explosive walk you down type fight. That's what his bag. His bag is counter-punching.
We keep telling you. It's a counter-punch. That's what he's a natural counter. Like, it comes so easy to him. Like, you can see it. He's fluid with it. Don't forget, it's his speed as well. He's so quick with it. It's so easy to him.
It's the speed, the timing. So counter punchers lose rounds, and so they don't always look impressive. So so counter punchers lose rounds. They don't always look impressive. So I was thinking, even though Tank's losing some of these rounds, he's gonna counter him still. The way Rolly's coming in, he's gonna counter him. So I felt like it's coming. Even though Rolly having decent success, I think Tank was just biding his time.
Absolutely. Definitely was biding his time. And I think you saw as the fight progressed, obviously Tank sort of warmed up to it. And it's funny because he, in his post-fight presser, he alluded to this, that, he should probably start warming up before fights because he comes in cold and he warms in as sort of he went on. But I'm seeing, obviously, Roddy was doing what he was doing. But Tank, you could saw the counter punching started to come into play a lot more from, like, say, fourth rounds or whatever. And Tank was just basically trying to time him with a big, big shot. He was happy to let Roddy come towards him. Tank was on the back foot for, I guess, a large portion of the fight. And it was, okay, I'm just going to use my superior speed, quickness, and timing to every time you come in with your big right hand or whatever, I'll count you the left or count you with the right, etc. And then apply pressure from there. I think that's why I've ultimately wasn't worried at all. I kept seeing more and more of each round of Tank sort of settling in, and you can saw the class apart. Once Tank sort of settled, and you could see the difference in class between both of them was very apparent, to be honest, Flowz. That's why I was like, it's coming. It will come. It's coming. It's literally each time.
It's boxing. One punch. I was worried one punch could boom.
Yeah. I think my only worry was that obviously Roddy's a big puncher. We could see that. He was hurting Tank as well in portions. So my only worry was that, and I think there was one round where Tank's, his legs, it looked like his legs kind of went, and then Roddy sort of rushed him and whatever. But I thought to myself, my only worry was if Roddy catches him with a big, big shot, how will Tank take it in terms of would he go down or whatever? And it's funny because in the sixth round, when it came to an end, it was off Rolly sort of coming in, trying to land a big, big shot. And he caught Tank a little bit. But, he caught Tank with a shot. He tried to follow up. And that's when Tank has then obviously slipped it, hit him with the check shot. And it's funny. It's when I say how scary, explosive this guy is, Tank said he barely put any power to that shot. It looked powerful to me. Watching that from my yard, obviously, ooh, that's a nasty shot. Well timed. He's dropped Rolly. Rolly's fell into the ropes. Like the Rey Mysterio 619 position. Like, he's fell into ropes like that. I thought to myself, boy. No, bro, let's talk about the execution for that shot. How beautiful was that? The execution. The way he slid his feet, moved his feet out of range, and then boom.
Yeah, once again, this is just testament to Tank's intelligence in there. The way he sets up shots. He downloads data. He definitely, as a counterpuncher, you do. Yeah. You see Rolly, I think he caught him with a shot. Maybe it was, I think he done the same thing 3 times.
Yeah.
Jab, right hand.
Yeah.
Caught him once. Done it again, jab, right hand, missed. Then tried to do it again, jab, right hand, countered, boom.
Yeah.
Like, he had success once, then he thought, it's the same thing with Luis Santa Cruz. He had success took once, blocked the second time, uppercut knocked out the third time after he tried it.
Mm-hmm.
And this one was worse for Rolly because Rolly stepped in with his head straight. Didn't even move his head. Chin up. Each time, heads boom, boom. Didn't even reset his feet. Didn't even get it. His feet were still planted. I think he just took a step forward. His feet still there. And it made it easy for Tank almost. Like a skilled boxer like Tank, he made it easy.
As Tank said, he knew Rolly was going to run into a shot eventually. And that's literally what he did. He actually ran into that shot. Head up, chin up, ran forward, boom. He's been dropped now. He's gone down. He's beat the count. So I'm there thinking, okay, we're about to get. Obviously, there's still a bit of time left in the round. I thought I was like, okay, let's see how he takes it because I know Tank is about to pounce on him, and it's about to get real rough for my man. And then out of nowhere, the referees ended it. And at the time, I was like, hang on a second here. Because I think at the time as well, I was annoyed with the ref. Let's keep it a buck, Flowz. The ref, I felt, in my opinion, was heavily biased towards Tank.
He was moving nuts, so let's be
heavily biased towards Tank. He kept on reprimanding Rolly. What was it even for? Was it like holding or clinching or hitting off the dog?
Yeah, it was, let's say, hit after we said break and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it was barely.
Or there was times where, they clinch, and then in the clinch with free hand, Rolly would be hitting. The referee was telling Rolly, but that's standard boxing.
And Tank was doing it too.
And Tank was doing it as well. But the referee kept having to go at Rolly and admonishing him, and it was annoying me. I thought to myself, this guy's biased. He's
to take a point.
He's itching. He's itching. Itching to take a point of Tank. So
and there was a low blow claim. Which one even a low blow?
It wasn't a low. Thank you for bringing it up. It wasn't a low blow.
I was like, ref, you're doing too much at this point.
Way too much. So when obviously he's gone down and he's beat the count, and then I've seen the ref wave it off, I thought to myself, nah, this ref, what's he doing, man? What's he doing? He's been biased towards Tank all fight, and now he's just counted Rolly out for no reason. So I'm there thinking the stoppage is premature, very much premature. I've checked the replay now because obviously all this happens quickly, so you don't really say you need the replays. I've played the replay now. I've seen Rolly obviously beat the count. The referee said, "Walk to me." He's wobbly legged. The referee then said, "Walk to the side." His legs aren't moving. He doesn't know where he is. He's still shit. That's when the referee's waved up, and that's when I've said, you know what? Well done, ref. You made the right choice there.
Yeah,
you just saved this guy's life because Tank would have jumped in there and ended it in 10 more seconds with power shots. And we know how explosive Tank is. It would have been a scary sight. So to me, the referee got it absolutely spot on. I was wrong there, going for the ref at that time. After seeing the replay, it was fully right.
Yeah, I have to agree. More so because Rolly was finished by that punch.
He was done. He was cooked.
And he was going right back on that canvas if the ref let it continue. Okay. And to be fair to Rolly, the ref said, walk over there.
Yeah.
And the first time, he couldn't move.
Yeah.
Then the ref said it again. And all he could muster was a sidestep.
Yeah.
But that wasn't what the ref wanted. The ref wanted him to walk towards there. All he done was readjust himself and sidestep. His legs were out of it. He was out of it.
Yeah.
I don't think he knew what shot hit him or what happened to him.
Even when the ref, you saw his eyes were glazed over. Even when the ref waved it off, there was no he was just like, huh? Like he still didn't know where he was.
He didn't have a clue.
Yeah.
He got off pure. Yeah, you could see his face when he got hit. His eyes were all over the place. Even getting up, he was. Yeah. I'm surprised he even got up. He was that dazed. He looks finished. But yeah, beautiful shot. Entertaining fight as well. Actually, I did want to say it. What part of my worry is I raised it beforehand as well. I asked people if Tank injures his hands in this fight.
Yeah.
Does that give Rolly more of a chance, or do you guys change your opinion? Could Rolly win? And I think in one round, you hear Tank threw a punch, and I think it caught Rolly's elbow somewhere, and he screamed in pain. And then Rolly was onto him and tried to jump him, and I was like, "Is his hand gone again?"
So to clear that up, I don't know if you saw the post-fight. They asked Tank about that.
Yeah,
and Tank claimed that he did hurt his hand. His hand didn't catch him. It was more grimacing because he said he thought he had a really good opening to catch him. And because he missed, he was like, "Oh, like that's what he claims it was." He said he said he never hurt his hand in that fight. He said it was more.
You can see he did
it. Yeah, he said it was more the fact that he missed the amazing opening which he presented to him, and that's why he was pissed off. But yeah, obviously Roddy thought he was hurt, which is why Roy then he saw it change. He went for him. He was onto him for the rest of the round. But yeah, good that he didn't hurt his hands. Again, we don't need to talk about how explosive this kid is. We've said it many times that that's what makes him such an exciting fighter to watch, because he's got the boxing skills and he can really knock you out if he wants to, which we see. I want to talk about, I guess, the performance itself, because Roddy was adamant afterwards that he exposed Tank. and he felt he won every single round. The fact, obviously, that most people felt like obviously Tank was down on the cards before. I don't actually know the judges scoring. Probably, I'm guessing Tank.
Judges, one judge had Rolly ahead, 2 judges had Tank ahead.
Shock. I'm not shocked about that. I'm not shocked about that. I thought Rolly was ahead of the time of stoppage, but yeah. I knew Tank was going to get him, so I wasn't worried about that. But I guess him losing a lot of rounds to Rolly, do you place anything towards that, or is it just Tank he wasn't focused and he didn't really care.
I think I've said this about Tank before. Even in his early fights, I've always said, this guy, he drops rounds because he's unfocused or he's trying certain things, and he used to wind me up a bit about Tank. But
yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Really, like even against Isaac Cruz, Leo Santa Cruz, even Gamboa, even though he was putting down Gamboa a lot of times, there was always this like, Tank, what you doing, man? Get him out of there. But really, Tank's a counter puncher. He's going to allow people onto him. He can box and move. Let's not expect this is the way he fights. He makes fights entertaining. Let's just be real. As he moves up the levels, he's going to allow people to maybe outwork him as such. So losing rounds just off work rate is going to happen based on his style of fighting. So it's nothing that every fight you see of Tank, it could be competitive for however long it lasts. It's that it can just look competitive because he's kind of waiting, biding his time, and downloading data, almost like what Mayweather used to lose early rounds kind of thing. And then he'll get to work with his counters, and you've seen him. He can start to box as well. Yeah. So I just think it's nothing. It's no big concern as such. It's just the way I'm used to this Tank, essentially.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. No, fair enough. It's just obviously Rolly's Rolly. We know Rolly was sort of tailor-made for him, but against, for example, an opponent that is very good and isn't as naive, shall I say, as Rolly. Tank, that whole unfocused thing or taking such a long time to finally get into your groove, you got to be careful. We're up against someone that's, for example, someone like a Devin Haney, for example.
A boxer.
Yeah.
Not these guys who walk forward like this.
Yeah, exactly. Someone that has also got the skills. You can't afford to be so lax for a while. And I do think it's the opponent. I do think he said it before. He doesn't rate Rolly one bit. He doesn't care for my man. He thinks he's trash, etc. He always knew he was going to, get him out there at some point. But just a word of warning for the future for Tank. It gets these real guys. You better make sure you're switched on from early if you can.
Yeah, but even look at the Mario Barrios fight. He didn't turn up until Mayweather told him you're losing or something. You're down on the scorecard. Yeah. Cruz was a close fight.
You got to be careful.
Cruz was close till it ended. We've seen it with a few of these fights now.
It's a habit I don't want him to sort of settle into, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, but I think he's skilled enough not to. But yeah, like we say, Rolly was tailored. The purpose of feeding the Rolly team was for a highlight reel KO.
Yep, and you got that.
Yeah, exactly what it's for. Like, this guy comes forward, throws wide shots, leaves himself open for a counter. Yeah, it was a match made in heaven for Tank.
Yeah. Well, for Rolly, obviously, I think he actually won a lot of plaudits from his performance. He showed a bit of boxing ability, which a lot of people didn't think he had. Like I said, he was adamant that he won 6 rounds and he exposed him, and he said he wants to run it back straight away. He's never getting that. He's not getting that again. Yeah, man, for him, do you think he has, I guess, a future in terms of being a player at this is at 135, wasn't it? Do you think do you think there's something there for him to work off, basically off this performance, in terms of, what he can do, etc.? He's got into it with all of them, David Haney, Ryan Garcia, etc. Do you want to see Rolly again? Do you think he can come again and go back to the drawing board and rebuild and be something in this division?
Yeah, I think we've seen improvements just there. I think we need to see more of the same in terms of him working on his boxing ability. We said last episode this is way too early for Rolly. Yeah, Rolly's not ready for this level at all. Yeah. And maybe if we saw a few fights where he worked on his boxing ability, like we saw working behind the jab, then maybe it would have been a bit more competitive. But this is going to be a learning experience for him. He'll hopefully learn from this. His coaches will strategize better in terms of not allowing him to be susceptible to those counter shots. I think in terms of a character, in terms of his persona, he's funny. His voice, he's got a voice.
His voice is horrible.
He's vulgar as hell. He says some funny quotes and whatnot, funny opinions. So he's definitely a character in the division, and any matchup with him will be entertaining. So I think he can come good. I don't think he beats the man that we've said will rise to the top. I don't think he beats them, but him in fights with them will be super entertaining.
Yeah, I agree.
100%.
Yeah, I mean, they don't like him anyway. It's like I said, like David Haney was, he would say that he's, David Haney was wrecking him. Obviously, there's obviously a lot of bad blood between both of them, and then obviously Ryan. I know he used to get in with Ryan Garcia as well. I wonder if these guys will fight him in the future. I don't know, but I actually like the performance from him. I said he showed you more than I thought he was capable of, and there is something there. I think if he can work on, he's got the size. The power is there. Tank even admitted afterwards that he's got a lot of pop to his punch. He hits very hard. Yeah, man. I think Rolly can be a fixture. Maybe not like a title winner, or not whilst these other men are around. But I definitely do want to see him in the future in more fights, and I want to see him improve. So I hope he sticks around. But obviously, I don't think he's going to get no rematch with Tank.
Yeah. He's a novice, man. Let's keep it a buck.
Yeah,
compared to these other men, he's a novice.
Yeah.
So he's come on leaps and bounds in what he's doing, but there's a long way to go still. So once he gets the fundamentals down, works on that, then with that power can take you a long way.
Trust. We know it. Let's talk about Tank. He said that he's openly come out now and said that he likes 135. He wants to stay here. He feels comfortable with this division. Because we see Tank's been going back and forth between 130 and 140. So I guess that's good. I want him to stay at 135. I think that's where most of the killers reside. This whole Mayweather Promotions thing. What go on for that, man? I don't even know, because it was supposed to be his last fight with Mayweather Promotions. Next thing we know, we see him and Leonard chopping it up, hugging it up. He's there saying, "I'm still Mayweather Promotions." By the way, Leonard's there grinning ear to ear, saying, "Yeah, he's still with us." What's going on? Is it one of the ones where he contractually he's up, but it's like, okay, I'm always rocking with them. I'm always with Mayweather, or I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
See?
It could be. I know what you're gonna say. Go on.
Before this fight, I had a feeling that they might just be saying this just to sell the fight and to build a storyline, hype it up. Like we've seen this a few times with fighters saying they're retiring, they don't retire. Yeah, just making up a story to sell a pay-per-view, and it seems to be with pay-per-view fights. I had a feeling, but I didn't want to say it because he's been talking about it, and especially when Mayweather went local. Yeah, maybe that's all part of the
maybe
show.
Yeah.
They've been doing hella stuff.
Yeah,
and then afterwards, when he come out and said that, I was like, these lot are just doing WWE storylines and selling us fake storylines to sell the pay-per-view. Yeah, like even he was saying that, the bad blood between him and Rolly. First time was real. This time it was more trying to sell the fight. I was like, I'm all for selling fights, but if you know what's good for you, cutting would have been the best thing.
Facts.
He might still cut. We don't know, but when he's sending us mixed messages now.
Yeah. Hey,
so I don't know.
He's his own man. It's his own career. But I just want to say that for me, I think it's the best for him to cut ties with them. But they're not cut ties, and you can still be friendly terms or whatever. But in terms of contractually signed to them, if you want to be the best, Tank, in terms of fight the best and get these titles and whatnot, you're not going to be able to do that under Mayweather. They're just going to use you as a cash cow. They're going to pimp you out as a cash cow. That's it. If you're more in control of your career trajectory, you'll lead them, and then you can get the fights with these other guys. But I don't know. Well, remains to be seen if he is contractually still with them or not, or is he just on good terms with them? I don't know. But we'll see. The next Gervonta Davis fight, we'll see which banner is on the poster and whatnot. Which if we see Mayweather Promotions there or not, who knows? But
To be fair to them, I'll say he can be loyal to them because business-wise.
They've done what they said they were going to do with him.
Yeah, business-wise, they've made him money. They made him a pay-per-view star. They made him a big name off being with TMC. They made him a star. Facts. But in terms of legacy, in terms of the best fighting the best, they have no interest in that.
Facts.
No interest in that. They just want to build him up to be a cash cow, make bare money. So it's on him. Like, you find when you look at other promoters, the more modern ones, for example, Matchroom. They're the employee to the fighter. They're the employee. Mayweather Promotions, I like treat him like the employee. You work for us. You do as you're told. And he's even come out and said that, he's never come to them and asked for a fight. He just does what they tell him to. Whereas it should be the other way around. He should be demanding fights, asking for who he wants to fight next.
Absolutely.
They should be advisors. But it's different over the point, ain't it?
It's still different. Maybe try to break that, but it's tough. Pay-per-view is still king over there. So that's how they run it.
They want to keep it in-house.
I hope he leaves, but it's his own decision and whatnot. We'll see.
If they keep it in-house, who's he fighting next?
They'll find another Latino fighter for him. I don't know. There's always Latino fighters out there to fight. They'll find someone.
If he cuts, then we might see the fights we're going to see.
Yeah, absolutely. The Ryan Garcias, the Devin Haney's, Lomachenko's. I want Tank with them because I think Tank wins. So Tank is the guy for me. So, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. But credit to him. He done what he usually does. He's probably one of the most exciting fighters to watch. Credit to Roddy as well, man. He put on a good show. And it was a great knockout. I can't lie. It was a great stoppage. I was like, wow. Just this kid's also, he's so damn explosive. It's amazing to see. Sticking with the 135 pounders. Before we get to that. All right. Let's move on to next week. Or the fights come up for next week. But we'll take it day by day instead. So on Saturday next week, we got Stephen Fulton versus Daniel Roman. Listeners, if you remember Stephen Fulton, what division is it, Flowz? Is it 140? No, it can't be. It's not 140.
130.
Is it 130? Are they man that small?
Yes, I think it's 130, you know.
Super bantam.
Super,
it's 122. Or maybe it might be one. No, it might even be below 122.
Yeah, I think it is. You know,
I think it's 122. Yeah, I think it's that. Fair. I didn't realize how small. Yeah, but Stephen Fulton, he had like an amazing fight with Brandon Figueroa, which was unification. That was last year. I think that was potentially one of the fight of the year candidates for that one. So he's defending 2 of his belts against Daniel Roman, who's a seasoned sort of campaigner. He's sort of been in quite a lot of fights. Let me just get up his like previous opponents that he's faced that you might be well known. Moises Flores, TJ Donaire, Payano. He's been around the block, this Daniel Roman guy. I think this might be a mandatory, if I'm not too mistaken. But Fulton is putting 2 of his belts on the line, obviously, for this mandatory. I think it should be a simple W for Fulton. Roman's next. Roman will come to fight, absolutely, but I think Fulton will just have too much for him. As we know, he's a very good boxer. It's a shame because I actually wanted the Figueroa rematch next. I wanted them to run that back straight away. I think, obviously, because the first one was close. It was actually quite debated. Remember, I think
it was.
I think me and you were split over it as well. Even like it was Fulton got the MD. I remember it was majority decision Fulton, but it was very close. Obviously,
Figueroa thought you got robbed.
It was a 50-50 fight, and it was a cracker. Don't forget, and it was just really, really close. And I was hoping that they could run that back straight away. You know that
Figueroa wanted to move up. No, he said he's moving up. Is that why it didn't happen? Because they asked him, do you want a rematch? He said yes. Then he said, I'm moving up. So
I remember. Yeah, possibly, yeah, because quite big for Guerrero. He's actually quite big.
Yeah. That's why I was thinking 130 in my head. But
Yeah. It's a shame. Yeah, maybe it's a shame. I guess if that's the case, it is a shame that they couldn't get that back on again. Maybe they can meet again one day at 130. Because I'm sure Fulton will move up eventually. But yeah, I was hoping. I'm trying to think who else is in that division that Fulton needs to take out then to clean up. Let me check.
He needs to become undisputed. The Kazakhstani. Is it the Kazakhstani?
Akhmadiev. Yeah.
Yeah,
he's from Uzbekistan. Yeah,
Uzbekistan.
So he's got the other two of the belts. He's a demon as well. And funny enough, Akhmadiev he beat Roman. I think he took the belt off Roman even.
Did he stop him, or how was that?
Split decision. Tough. It was SD.
Okay, that must have been a while ago.
Yeah, because Roman had two of the belts. That was in 2020, and Akhmadiev beat him for those two belts. So that's how you got this. So I guess it's a nice little yardstick. If Fulton performs well, I guess they'll probably line that up then for the unification. As we said this year, we're going to see a lot more unification. I mean, we're going to see a lot more undisputed fights. So I suspect that if Fulton beats Roman, they'll line up the undisputed with the Uzbekistani guy with all four belts on the line, which would be sick. So
Fulton's been on a nice run though. He's fighting killers.
It's a sick run. Yeah. Because don't forget,
the belt off. Leo took the belt off.
Yep.
Yeah, he's moving.
Don't forget, the run was he went from Leo to win the belt, then straight into the unification with Figueroa, and then obviously now Roman, who's obviously a tough opponent, and then potentially next up will be the unified. So it's a really, really good run he's on.
Remember, that's the one that we credited PBC for doing. Remember their calendar at the start of the year. They already lined it up that he's going to fight Leo, then he's going to fight Figueroa.
Absolutely, yeah.
So yeah,
I hope he does it. He's a really good boxer from a technical perspective. Fulton's a sick boxer, very slick, good counter punch, all that kind of stuff. So I hope he does it. We'll see, and then eventually we'll move up. But yeah, so look out for that, listeners. That should be a good fight on Sunday now. Probably the main event of the weekend. Let's be real. It's finally here, Flowz. George Kambosos Jr., Devin Haney, down there in Australia. Is it Melbourne, I think it is, or Sydney? One of the two places there.
Yeah.
All the marbles. Finally, we get to see the undisputed 130-pounder scrap. Well, no, sorry, 135-pounder scrap. Yeah, man. It's. What do you think of this one, Flowz?
I think this one.
Sorry, can lightning strike twice? And you know what I mean when I say that.
But people aren't even seeing it as one-sided now. People see it as close, or even and whatnot.
Yeah, fair play.
It's crazy.
No, you know what? No, Flowz. I think that's fair. Don't laugh. I think that's fair.
Stop it. David Haney gonna cook that.
Flowz, we said this before. Flowz, be careful, bro.
But Teofimo was distracted. Teofimo was talking about fights afterwards. Teofimo was doing a lot.
He was.
It was a different fight at that fight.
But we still didn't expect it, though.
We didn't expect it.
My man outboxed him.
Yep.
And dropped him.
Yep. But this is Devin. This is Devin Haney.
Yeah.
He's not going to make the same mistake.
Yeah.
He's not going to make. And he's not been as arrogant as cocky. He's not been thinking of heads. But remember, Teofimo Lopez was lining up, moving up to beat this person to fight Josh Taylor. Was lining up Devin Haney. Was doing bear talking, and obviously with the fight being pushed so many times, he had COVID. All of this. Devin Haney should have watched this dude. Look, this ain't me disrespecting Kambosos because we've liked him from when he beat Lee Selby.
Yep.
That really impressed us from what he done with Teofimo.
Yep.
We talk about skills.
He deserves his look, bro. I hear what you're saying in terms of we know if Devin Haney is the truth. He's the one that's going to take over, etc., all that kind of stuff. But Kambosos deserves his respect. He really does for what he's done.
He deserves respect, but it's not even contest by any stretch.
Nah, it's not 50-50. But I do think because before
pops out his skin again.
Because before when the fight was made, it was wide in favor of Haney, very wide.
Okay,
and I agree with it being a bit closer now. I still wouldn't call it. It's not 50-50 by any means, absolutely not. And Devin Haney's rightfully favorite. He's the better. You can see he's the better man. But Kambosos is what he done with Teofimo. I know you say the caveat is Teofimo wasn't focused, etc. But we all said he had no business even being in there with no business. He earned his right. Yeah. But we said Lee Selby, that performance is not like it's impossible for you to even get this W against Teofimo. And he's come out first bell. He told Teofimo what he was going to do to him, and he did it, and outboxed him for the bulk of the fight. So that he deserves respect. Well played to the Kambosos, man. He's done his thing. And,
you know what it is?
Yeah,
go on.
No, I think that it's not going to be an easy fight for Haney. I don't think he's going to wash him completely. I think he wins, but it's not going to be like a complete domination or whatever. Kambosos showed me that he can box. He's got good boxing IQ as well. He's gonna try and make a go of it. He's going to try and make a fight of it. So yeah. It won't be that simple. Yeah.
It won't be a washing. It should be competitive. I just think the worry for me is, given where it is, it's in Australia. That could play. Well, we know Bill Haney, his dad, Devin Haney's father, is not going to be there.
Yeah.
A few of his other coaches aren't going to be there. I know.
Do you want to explain to listeners why he's not going to be there? Or
I think it's because he's had a prior conviction. Bill Haney's been in jail previously, so he's not been granted a visa to travel to Australia because of a prior conviction. So he's not been able to travel. Ben Davison's, I think that's links with. They're not coming out with all that talk about Ben Davison, but I think it's maybe the Kenner had links. I'm not sure. So I'll because obviously there's been a lot of bans on anyone linked with the Kinahans. So yeah, even to be fair, I don't think Ben Davis is one of his main trainers. He just turns up now and then. So Zab Judah's dad is going to be training him. He's going to be the main trainer in his corner. So yeah, just a lot of things in that sense. The time zone changes. Will they try to shake him? It's a 2-way. It's a 2-fight deal.
Yeah,
that's stacked against him in that sense. But if it's just a straight boxing match, he should have the edge to me. He should win on all 3 judges' scorecards.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, I agree. But hey, man, there's a bit of a deja vu here, Flowz, because we said that the way you broke down the Teofimo one, we said, nah, come on, it's good. We ain't gonna get it done against Teofimo. That's a takeover. Come on. And then we ate our words. So the deja vu is there, absolutely, and lightning can strike twice, but.
With Teofimo, I was getting more concerned with the way he was moving.
Because you saw the way
this one, I'm not concerned. I'm not concerned with Haney.
Do you have the concerns for Kambosos, for example, because of the fact that obviously he's now the he's now the man? Obviously, he struck me as someone that's very disciplined. He's not like Teofimo. You won't see him wherever he seems. But do you think that could play a part as well in the fact that he's now the man? He's got 3 the belts. You know, he's the big fish. You know them ones there.
I'm pleased because there was in the build-up, certain things were making me laugh. The way Kambosos was moving.
The way he was talking, innit? I'm the emperor. You got he was saying you do. He was talking
like a bad boy.
Yeah,
he was like a bad boy in the division. Yeah. I was like, yo, relax, bro. He was moving like,
Flowz, let him talk, man. He beat the man.
Credit him. He wanted Lomachenko or Devin Haney.
Yeah,
that's something none of these other men. Well, Devin's been trying to do it.
Yeah,
he's been trying to fight these guys, but none of these other lot have wanted to step in with Loma or Devin Haney.
Yeah,
and credit him. First fight, he wants one of them to, but he's moving like he's the man. He's like personally, I still don't have him in the mix. When we talk about the top,
you're so rude.
130 pounders. He's not in the mix with me.
You're moving like Bill and Devin. When my man was talking, and they started creasing. I said,
"You got it, bro.
You got it, bro."
Bro, he's been talking wicked. I was like, look, you're going to get pieced up here. It's the best.
Let him talk, man. Like I said, he did what no one thought he was going to do. That was one of the biggest upsets of the year. He beat Teofimo and he beat him deservedly as well. It wasn't even like he outboxed him thoroughly. So let him talk. Whilst he's got these 3 belts with him, let him talk.
Yeah, I might eat my words, but from from what I've seen, Kambosos ain't it. He done well. I like him. I rate him.
He's
good.
Like his attitude. He's good. I like his attitude. I think he's a good boxer. But
he's top 10. He's top 10 in the division.
Yeah.
He's better than anyone outside the 5 that we kind of named.
Yeah.
Obviously, he washed Teofimo. Won it convincingly. Deserved it. But Teofimo was fighting like a bozo in that fight. He was terribly. So, I think Devin Haney. Yeah, he should win. No shaggeries aside, all that stuff aside. And if he's focused, if he's ready, he's the more skilled boxer to me.
And if you don't, you better include him. You better include Kambosos if you don't. If Kambosos pull this off, you better put him on your list, bro. You have to. You got the choice.
He's cooked 2 of them, man. So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, it's very intriguing. And all that stuff could play into his hands. You know, the whole no trainer. Zab Yoju to train him, and his dad not being there, and what kind of stuff. You know, it could really play into his hands, but he's fortunate that it is a 2-fight deal. So I'm sure the second fight will be in America. It has to be, to keep it fair.
Both in Australia.
Both of them in Australia.
Both of them in Australia. So if he wins, he
how did Kambosos pull this off?
Well, that's why they say Devin Haney took a deal that didn't make, like, he's moved over to ESPN to sign his deal.
How the hell has he pulled this off? Flipping out.
Because Devin Haney wants to fight.
Yeah,
he wasn't.
Credit to Devin Haney then. Credit to him. This is a huge risk.
He's promotional.
Yeah,
he's done everything. This is a completely top-ranked promotion. He signed he's gone over there twice because he's that confident in himself.
Yeah, fair play.
And this is this is the biggest bag for Kambosos outside the Lomachenko one. So
facts. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's an intriguing fight. We'll see how it plays out. It should be very interesting. It should be really, really, really interesting. We'll see. But yeah, I think Devin Haney's going to take this. I don't think he won't knock him out. It's not really Devin Haney's MO. He won't knock him out, but he'll probably position him. I think we. Let me go home factor or whatever. I'll go MD. Let me go young MD.
UD still
straight UD. Fair enough. Yeah, I'll go young MD. Let me give.
If the judges move mad, but I think for my scoring, actually that's 2 different things. But yeah, it should. Yeah, my scoring, I think he takes it. Judges act sensible. It's a UD.
Yeah, if the judge, we'll see. I'm looking forward to it though. It's the build-up's been quite good. Respectable between both of them, kind of. We'll see what happens. Moving on as well, one more fight to sort of preview. Funnily enough, it happens on Tuesday, the 7th, which is a very random day for a fight to happen. In fact, let me even check where the fight is taking place. It's the rematch of Donaire versus the monster, Naoya Inoue. Good to see Inoue back. This is the rematch, obviously, because the first fight was during the Bantamweight Super Series final, which was a classic fight. Naoya won that fight to collect, I think, 2 of the belts or whatever. Since then, Donaire's gone and won another belt off. I think who did he beat? The French brother. Yeah. I can't remember his name.
That was a good fight.
Yeah.
Like Algerian French or something.
Yeah.
One of them type of dons.
I've got it. It's Ubali. That's the one. He beat Ubali. Yeah. So this is so he's defending his WBC bantamweight title, and obviously Inoue's got the WBA and the IBF, which he won in the Super 6 series. And that IBF that WBA is what he actually initially took off Donaire. It's fair to say Donaire's probably a legend of boxing to me. I said this before, legend of Filipino boxing. He's, as I said it before, even when we sort of previewed their first fight, Donaire's been around for a long time. He's achieved a lot in his career, multiple weight champion, and he's still got. He's old now. He's like, how old is he? He's 39 now.
39.
Yeah, man, and he's still going, and he's still performing at such a high level. So credit to Donaire, man. He's been a fantastic boxer his entire career. 48 fights, 42 wins. He's seen and done it all, and he's still performing at a high level. But this is Inoue, bro. This is like the bantamweight Triple G, or Triple G of old. Said it before, man. I've never seen someone so small from the smaller weights carry such power, such devastating power. It's him or Tank, really. They're the main two for me. But Inoue just seems a bit more monstrous, if you know what I mean. Like, I think
you know any type of shot, any kind of shot, he'll put you down.
Bro, I think Inoue's knocked down at least once every opponent he's faced. I'm pretty sure. That's the record there. Like, he's dropped every guy he's faced at least once. Scary power. Scary power. The first fight between the two was a cracker as well because that's probably the first time we actually seen Inoue get hurt. Because Donaire caught him with a piece of a shot and he broke his face.
Yeah, got cut.
Yeah.
Or broke his eye or something.
Yeah, I think he broke his orbital bone in that fight. But that fight was cracker because obviously Inoue, first time we'd seen him face such adversity and he dropped Donaire and was back and forth and he deservedly got the W, but it was a tough fight for him.
It was early on in the fight. It was early on.
Yeah. So fair play to him. Yeah, he really is a monster and he really is really good to watch. He's more than just a puncher as well. He's got boxing skill. It's like I said, it's kind of like Triple G of old. He can cut the ring off really educatedly, picks his shots. Why are you laughing?
Yeah, man, I think we're being kind to Triple G still.
Bro, the Triple G not cut the ring off really. Come on, let's not do this revisionism because of your agendas, bro. Come on, man. Triple G is a good boxer. He's a competent boxer. He really was. The way he used to cut the ring off was brilliant.
Yeah, against people with poor footwork. Poor footwork. Anyway,
in a way, he's more than just a power puncher. He's got boxing ability as well, which makes him so deadly. I saw
off the ring stuff against Andre Wood. Wait, back to Inoue, yeah, cold fighter, man.
He's a brilliant fighter. I see it being similar to the first fight in the sense that Inoue will be obviously stalking, trying to cut the ring off, etc. Donaire maybe being off, going on just trying to box. But what actually that first fight, Donaire was game to trade with him, which was surprising, obviously. And yeah, Donaire has got the superior, I guess, height and reach, and he's a proud warrior himself, so he backs himself. But I just question, obviously, Donaire being at 39 now, how much has he got left in the tank? The first fight happened, let me see, what year was the first fight? 2019, 3 years ago. So he's 39 now. I question how much he has in the tank. To be fair though, to Donaire, we last saw him out in December 2021. He knocked out his opponent, so he could still be fresh. We'll see. And his opponent that he knocked out was undefeated as well, Flowz. So Donaire still, he might still have it. We'll see. But at 39, you question if that's wise being there with a killer like Inoue. But I think this is gonna be a cracker. I won't lie, Flowz. I think it's gonna be a really good fight.
Yeah, I think regardless, it's gonna be a great fight. I just think Inoue might get him out of there,
Really? Do you think he'll get him this
time? I think so. He dropped him late on in the last one, didn't he?
Yeah.
And you see the injury he had?
Yeah.
That cut with the eye socket. A lot of fighters have folded and said no mass after that injury.
Yeah.
Or they've called it quits, the broken orbital bone. Yeah, we see them waved off, or CB will take knees. So to do that and then go on to stop him and win, I think he might get him out of there, especially with the age and that could definitely play a factor.
Yeah, we'll see. I reckon it's gonna be. I think it might go this decision again. I think it might go decision. I mean, obviously, I know Inoue is capable of knocking anyone out at any time, but I'm gonna go with Donaire just being a proud warrior in there, and obviously having that experience and know how to keep himself alive in there when it gets sticky or when Inoue sticking on him. We'll see. But
you think he'll touch that canvas?
I think he's touching the canvas, absolutely.
Okay, yeah.
I think he's touching the canvas, yeah. Inoue drops everyone. So I think he'll touch the canvas again, but I think he'll probably have the know-how to just about survive when it comes to it. But yeah, I think it'll be a cracker again. I think Donaire's going to come and trade. He did it the first fight. He's happy to trade. And Donaire, like I said, he's got a bit of obviously since the loss. I think he stopped every opponent. So since he lost it in a way, so he carries power of himself, obviously. And as we saw, he broke his face. So it's still a dangerous fight for Inoue. But yeah, I'm backing Inoue all the way. I just think he's too fresh, too much power, just too much for Nonito Donaire. And I question, whether when is Donaire going to retire? This, like I said, this is 39 now. Yes, he's still boxing at a high level, but do you want to be fighting, past the age of 40 against monsters like this guy? Boy, I don't know. But then again, Pacquiao carried on to 42, so he might be chasing that record. I don't know.
Yeah, it depends how this fight goes. If he stock rises, if he looks washed,
Yeah.
But yeah.
Because don't forget, he actually went for a career renaissance in that super series, that tournament that brought him back. Because that brought him back into contention of being someone that's still really good in this new division kind of thing. So
because Carl Frampton beat him, didn't he? Like,
yes,
ages ago.
That was back in. When was that? Yeah, that was back in 2008. That was 2018, and that was at featherweight. So obviously he's gone up since then. Yeah. We'll see. Should
boxers.
be good. Yeah, because remember he beat. Remember Brian Burnett?
Yeah.
Obviously he was highly rated. I think that fight early ended because obviously he got injured, didn't he, Burnett? Which is why.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't like something or anything. I think Burnett got injured during the fight, and he had to sort of pull out, kind of. And I think that's what happened. And obviously, since then, Burnett's retired because of the injuries and stuff. Obviously, he was someone that was highly rated over on these shows as someone that's going to be really good, obviously. So yeah. But yeah, we'll see. I'm looking forward. That'll be a good fight as well. Odd day, like I said, on Tuesday. But it should be a very interesting one. Obviously, it's over there in Japan, isn't it? So there's no rock one for the time zones there. But boy, I'm gonna have to catch that the next day on the replay. But yeah, man, some good boxing to look forward to next week. Again, this week Tank treated us to the standard Tank knockout. Yeah, man, this Kambosos Haney fight, man. It's Haney should win, but boy, if Kambosos upsets again, Flowz, boy, we got some conversations gonna have to be had. That's one way to say.
Yeah, you can only fluke it.
You fluke it twice.
And that's one with a fluke. He won. But this one with fluke, I mean, the judge is nice. Yeah, that's the type of fluke I'm talking.
All right, then. Well, we'll see. We'll see in it. We'll see.
Yeah, hey, go to work, man.
All right, man. Let's call it there. Once again, it's episode 92 of the SZN Podcast. I'll be your boy Kam.
Your boy Flowz.
And please keep rocking with us. Keep liking, subscribing, and engaging with us. Peace.
I'm taking a strap. I'm strapped up.
What was that about?
Let's make the fight happen. We strapped the fuck up.